Meta ends fact-checking program at Zuckerberg. Vows to restore free expression on Facebook and Instagram. Zuck made a video. Rob, is this the video?
This is a short version. The whole video is 5 minutes long.
Then play the short version of it. Go ahead and play this clip.
We're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US.
And by the way, let me tell you what happened while in this video, Rob, that watch right there, people are saying he was wearing a $900,000 watch. Yeah, he's worth $200 billion. Yeah. He's wearing a $900,000 watch. That's not a lot of money to wear the $900,000 watch. He is not the Zuckerberg of 20 years ago when the movie Social Network came out 15 years ago, depicting him as this nerd guy. He can probably kick 99% of people's asses if he fights based on the training that he's been getting. He's trying to become a man, and he's becoming, he's going through an evolution. No, he is.
You know what he is right now? Remember the scene? He just turned 40.
I know.
Remember the famous scene? He's like, I'm a man. I'm 40.
No, but the point is,
Don't mess with me.
I liked him recreating himself. And while this happens this week, what does he do? He announces Dana White that's going to be sitting on Facebook's board. Okay, that announcement happens at the same time. Elon retweets this announcement that they're going to community notes, and he says, cool, because it just means that he is following Elon's lead. And yesterday, Brandon, in a prep meeting, asked us a question, says, do you know which website gets the most traffic? Out of all the social media websites, which one gets the most traffic? Active users. Everybody said X, YouTube, TikTok. Nope. He said Facebook. Get out of here. Yes. You're serious? Yes. Just put that chart, Rob, at the top if you could. That picture right there. Yeah. Zoom in a little bit if you could so the audience can see it. So check this out. YouTube is the views. That's monthly visits. This isn't the one. It's the one that shows right there. Facebook on a monthly basis, 3.06 billion monthly active users. That's 37% of the population that uses Facebook at least once a month that they log on. This is the owner of that app. This is the owner of that company, the CEO of that company. So he made this decision. Now, there's some people that are having different views on this. Some good, some bad, some ugly. Some are trusting it, some are not. Vinny, where are you at with this?
I don't trust him. Let's just go over, and you mentioned it, the social network. What are the odds? Pat, last night I just randomly started watching in the background when I was making dinner. It raises a lot of questions about trust. Let's start with the Winklevoss twins. Tom, you remember this. They created a social network. This is what the movie's about. It was called Connect You. They hired Zuckerberg to work on it. Instead, he allegedly took their idea and launched Facebook. If you guys haven't seen the movie, go watch it. This led to a lawsuit where they settled for $65 million, but compared to what Facebook is worth, that's pennies to the freaking dollar. And then his friend, Eduardo Severin, his very close friend, who provided $15,000 seed money to launch Facebook, but as the company grew, his shares were diluted from 34 to 10%, shafting his freaking boy and pushing him out. And he sued. Severin sued Facebook and Zuckerberg, and he got a stake in Facebook, and now he's a multi-billionaire. Because so follow me with who he is as a character.
Living in Singapore.
And then Tom, think about it. In 2020, they put how much? $400 and some billion to help Joe Biden and Kamala Harris win the election. And look at what the damage has been done for this past 4 years, and who knows what's to come. And then these actions, I think they paint a picture of who he is as a person. He allegedly stole ideas for Facebook. He sidelines his partners. He influences elections. And now, because he has hair gel and he's buff and he's friends with Dana White, we're supposed to forget all that. No. I still want accountability for what he's done. The damage hasn't been done. And now all of a sudden, because a new boss is coming into town, everything is changing. Everything is changing. I don't trust it, Pat. I think he's changing his tune because he knows Trump is coming in, and he wrote the letter for Congress like, oh, I didn't know. Bullshit. Sorry for my language. He knows everything that he's doing, and now he's shifting because he did push-ups now?
When you say you don't trust him, what do you mean by that?
I don't trust the guy with the track record like how he has. That's me. That's my opinion. I just don't trust it.
Well, guess what? You're not alone, okay? And you know what I love about business and the marketplace? You get to sit there and say, I don't trust that person for now. I don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, Tom, for you, Where do you stand with this, with what Zuck is doing? What do you think about his evolution?
I think the evolution is being led by advanced intelligence. Rob, I just sent you that. Just go down to the chart. So take a look at this chart. This is the number of lobbyists and what they spend of all the social media networks. Take a look at the big blue at the bottom. Guess what? That's Facebook. Look at what Facebook is spending compared to other people on lobbyist Pat. Look at that. The big blue at the bottom is Facebook spending. Then there's ByteDance, and there's X, and then there's Snap and Discord. There you go. So they have been very strategic about their lobbying, number one. Number two, Facebook has learned an important lesson on two things. One was Cambridge Analytics. And the second was the changing face of Washington, that it doesn't matter how many lobbyists you have, that public opinion pushes hard. And so he sends a letter to the Honorable Jim Jordan. I think he's really trying to reinvent himself, but he is trying to be a CEO that saves his company. He has, there are many people out there that have had problems with underage girls. Zuckerberg's problem with underage girls has nothing to do with any actions by him. He's got a problem because all of this data has come out and the hearings are going to restart. As soon as everybody is sworn in Washington, Pat, the hearings are going to restart on the impact of social media and what's called the constant comparison. How many likes? Am I cute enough? All this. And the impact it has on 11 to 16-year-old girls during puberty and their development and psychologically. And that they cut themselves and they're committing suicide, and that Facebook knew about this and was feeding into it and forcing it. So he's about to be in front of Congress because those are going to restart as soon as the new Congress is in and people are sworn in. And so I think Facebook as an organization has been getting smarter and reacting, and I think he's trying to save his company. Is he reinventing himself? Do I think there's a change of heart, or do I think there is a change of strategy? And he's brought Dana White in and other people to be close to him as all of this activity is going to tune. I think it's probably 80% change of strategy and 20% change of heart.
I think you bring up reinventing himself. I don't think there's any doubt that's exactly what he's doing. I'll give you a different perspective. PBD, this is kind of coming for your world. You say things all the time: outwork, out improve, out strategize, outlast. This guy's the cockroach of social media. He's going nowhere. He's outlasting. Do you remember in 2021 during COVID, everyone's getting rich? What happened to Facebook? They changed their name to Meta. This guy went from a top 10 richest person in the world to barely top 50. His net worth got slashed in half. He was basically on death's door. People are like, is this the end of Facebook? 2022, you can look up the stock price. 2025, this guy is now not top 10, not top 5, the third richest guy in the world at this point. Yeah. Okay, and who did he give one shout out to? Was the only name he mentioned in there? Elon Musk. He said, just like they do on X, just like Elon does, we talked about this before, without Elon buying Twitter and kind of giving accountability to other social media networks, who knows what would be going on out there. But there's a lot of people that didn't fully recognize what he was doing. He's going to have accountability. PBD, once a year, PBD maybe gives me a pow-pow. Once a year.
I would say 3 to 5.
Once a year. And I remember the first pow-pow I ever got. It was a great pow-pow. We were sitting in the office in Boca. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. And we were having a conversation. I probably shouldn't bring this up, and we were talking about like Facebook censoring or shadow banning, and they're aligning with China. And I was just a young, naive, hungry little 40-year-old man. And I was like, I don't think, why would he do that? You want to do that? You're like, what do you mean? This is what he's doing at Facebook. I go, I don't see why he would do that. And he's like, what are you can't be that naive. I was like, I don't think so. What's your point? I was like, Pat, and you got mad at me. Gave me a pow-pow. You made me go sit in the corner. All right. I never did it again. But the point is this, and then we were watching the Jake Paul fight. You're like, come here, sit over here. But the point is, there's a lot of people didn't fully recognize and understand what they were doing behind the scenes, what they were doing to affect change politically, socially. So there's accountability coming, no doubt. So you don't have to like him, you don't have to trust him, but this guy's the third richest guy in the world at this point. Facebook is the #1 social media most viewed app in the world, And this guy's not going anywhere. And shout out to him for reinventing himself.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, that's the part about opinions. And people get to say, I agree with Vinny. I agree with Adam. I agree with Tom. By the way, connect the guys. Communicate with them. This is a perfect opportunity. Say, Vinny, I'm with you. Adam, I'm with you. You're wrong, Adam. You're wrong, Tom. You're this. Whatever you have, this is an opportunity to communicate with them as well and exchange your messages with them and see what your opinions are. And by the way, you may have certain findings. You share it with us. We may even be sharing it here on the podcast with us. This morning, we're announcing limited edition hats because inauguration is on the 20th. Not this Monday, but it's the following Monday. These hats are hats that we've been working on having for a while. It's the 45-47 Future Looks Bright hat with the American flag on the side and the VT logo on the side, and it's numbered. And if you look at the inside, it's the limited edition ones are the only ones where you see Future Looks Bright everywhere on the inside, and they're numbered 1 out of 50. These are going to go for $99. These will go in no time, and they'll sell on eBay. We see them all the time for $500,000, $2,000. Some of them sell for $3,000. This will go for in no time, the $250. Numbered in no time, okay? Now, there's matching shirts that comes with this, okay, with 45-47 Future Looks Bright, with the American flag on the back, with Valuetainment. Rob has the one with white 45-47 on it, if the camera can zoom in on Rob, okay? Vinny's got the one with the gray, if you can put this over there, Vinny, with you, and he's got the sweater. So we have the shirt, the sweater, and then there's addition. These are the numbered ones. Then we have these additional ones, that's 45-47, red, white, and blue. This is not a lot of supply, but here's what we're doing. The shirts are also here with it. For those of you that are proud that this victory took place and you supported him and you believe the future looks bright and you like all these, challenges he's putting out there with folks reacting saying, wait a minute, we should call Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America. Yes. What's going on with Greenland? All these policies coming up with, if you support him and you support Valuetainment, you may want to go get the skier and anything you purchase today. We just made this announcement 30 minutes ago. I had a call with our VP of Finance, Tom and Chris from Merch. 100% of all purchase. Guys, we're going to have probably one of the biggest, that's going to be the biggest day of 2025 in purchases today because we've been working to launch these hats in a long time, the 45-47. 100% of purchases made all day today, 24 hours, will go to families that are being affected by the fires in California. By the way, we're not giving the money to a charity and then, hey, here, do whatever you want to do with it. We want families that are being affected. You're saying somebody, your mother lost that. I'm getting stories that are coming in right now with, it just doesn't make sense what's going on there. The worst fire they've had ever in Southern California. People are being decimated, devastated. Stories, people that build houses that have been living there for 20, 30, 40 years, generationally living in Palisades are being affected by it. But I'm talking average day-to-day families, folks that are affected. Send us a story, Connect, whatever other way you want to get a hold of us. If there's stories that we want directly, hearing those testimonies, whatever we sell today, 100% is going to families affected by the fire in California. So if you watch Valuetainment, you watch PBD Podcast, you're a fan of this, whatever you purchase, you're not just purchasing that. And I'm not saying profits, 100% of revenue today from merch, not just profit. That could be a very big number. 100% of revenue is going to go to families in California. Amen. Support the cause. I lived there for 24 years of my life. Everywhere I've lived, I've never lived in a place more than California. It's a very special place for me. I have some of my favorite people in the world that live over there, some of my favorite memories over there. I got married in California, too. My boys were born in California. Tom and I met in California. My wife and I met in California. Relationships, all of those memories, I want to make sure we do our part to support those in California. Thank you for your support. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.